Look at this. She makes it in at the last second, right as I'm doing all the intro music. There she pops in.
I'm pulling off the road right now.
Okay. I will give you credit. That was perfect timing. I was sitting here going, all right, this is going to be a really short show because I am going to just be me talking about events going on. And after a few minutes, I get tired of hearing myself. So, yeah. Well, anyway, hey, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Thursday, March 31st, 2022. Show 150 is today.
Oh my gosh, of course it's 150 and I had to make a debacle of this thing.
That's all right. Well, I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. There is Jana Clark, community fanatic, AKA coming in on two wheels, but at least she got here. So
you got it.
Welcome into the show. So are you parts unknown today? Are you doing some illegal activity, or can you share where you're going?
So listen, let me just explain this to you. I am in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I have a meeting here today. Originally, I was going to come yesterday. But as you know, yesterday evening, there were a few storms in the area. And so instead of leaving earlier yesterday, I kind of waited till too late. And so I decided to drive down this morning. And you should have been in my brain when I had to decide what time zone I was going to be in, what time I needed to leave, what time the meeting started, what time the show started. And so it is a miracle that I'm here right now. But now I'm safe because I've just stopped and I'm good to go.
I was curious to say, are you driving off road? Because it kind of looked like you were like all over the place. I'm like, well, Hopkinsville Hopkinsville actually has gravel.
I have pulled off, look, into this place where all the trucks park, I think. I'm hanging out at the truck stop, apparently. But all is well.
All right. Truck stop Betty and Greg here for Bacon in Your Mailbox 150. It is.
I tried to get to my meeting. I'm literally like 8 miles from my meeting, but that headwind slowed me down.
Hey, tell me, that wind was nasty yesterday.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't drive down here yesterday, because even if I had left before the storms hit, it still would have been so windy. I just wouldn't have felt safe driving.
So I wish I would have put some money in trampolines yesterday and invested in the companies that produce those, because I've seen a lot of social media posts of people with trampolines everywhere, and those things are not cheap.
They are not, but everybody's going to get a new one soon.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, I think the government, there's going to be a program put together for that.
A bailout, a trampoline bailout?
Trampoline bailout. So we'll let you know when that comes in. So just keep that in mind. All right. So it is Thursday. It's the 31st day of March. April Fool's Day is tomorrow. Bacon in Your Mailbox weather forecast is cloudy and cooler, passing shower 53, an evening shower in spots tonight. Otherwise, partly cloudy 35 and sunny 53 on Friday. So there you go with that. But yeah, so you forgot about April Fool's Day tomorrow, right?
I did, and I'm glad you reminded me.
And I'm going to
snuck up on me.
I'm going to do better than remind you, because I've done prep work for you today so you can have fun with your kids.
Oh, please give me all the ammo I can. I'm not kidding. They deserve it. It's been a week.
All right. So I'll give you that in a minute. But first, good morning, Carter Blankenship.
Good morning. Good morning. Yay! Good morning, Greg.
All right. And I'm glad that you can actually cross your arms. That would have been more of a challenge if you were driving down the road.
No joke. I listen, I almost made it. I'm pretty proud of myself for how close I cut it.
Yeah, I come down here and I looked, and there's a text for me. I ran upstairs to grab a last minute cup of coffee, and I run down here, and the one time I don't take my phone with me, there's a text that I need the link for my phone. So I was like, oh, it's 8:59. This is going to go great.
It's one of those days.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those days.
This is going to go great.
Anna.
No, it's good. So reasons to celebrate today, if you were looking for those, besides Jana making it to show 150.
Right.
Today is Farm Workers Day.
Nice.
Encouraging us to thank agricultural laborers for their role in growing what we eat. So And
I wish I was a better farmer. I wish I had my own garden. We've had this discussion before.
yeah, my dad, bought that tractor. So this year my garden may be a little bigger than normal because I'll have a tractor with a tiller on the back instead of using that little one I got that just beats me to death.
Sweet. We're going to have Roger. He's going to, there's going to be quite the supply. Tell him to put me on the list for tomatoes, squash, and corn.
Tomato, squash, and corn. Well, good luck with the corn because that never works out for us.
I know. Well, that's okay. We got another supply of that.
And today, remember, it's for the Farm Workers Day, not their boss. That would be the CIEIO.
Got it.
Yeah, that's a bad joke. Probably should have left that one out. We'll go a different route. It is also She's Funny That Way Day. So She's Funny That Way Day is today, paying tribute to the female funny bone.
There's no male funny bone?
Well, I mean, not today. It's She's Funny That Way.
Oh, interesting.
Supposed to be paying tribute to funny ladies like you, Jana.
Well, sometimes I'm just dumb.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that, but I'm not going to agree with it either. Today is National Crayon Day to celebrate the invention of crayons and the joy of coloring. It's a perfect day to dust off your crayons and spend the day coloring. I would like to spend a little time coloring today. I still enjoy that.
I love to color. Me too.
I do think Crayola caused a lot of issues for us when they created that. What is it? The box is 64, all the different colors.
Yeah.
So when they started it, and then the cereal aisle followed, and then the candy aisle followed, and now soft drinks are following. I'm going to blame it on Crayola and the crayons.
But listen, you have a choice. You can still buy a box of 8 or a box of 16. You can use some tunnel vision because I'm kind of a classic crayon girl myself, but I will appreciate the skin colors. When I was little, there was never a way to paint people the colors you needed to paint them, or animals the colors you needed to paint them. And so when those creams and browns and when all those colors came along, I was a happy girl.
I enjoy them, but then the confusion comes in. I get the skin tone, but it comes in when there's a lot of thought that go in. But I guess there is a positive too, where if you had 3 different shades of green, the person that hogged the green to color the grass all the time, you could at least have a different shade of grass.
That's true. Well, actually, they probably had the shade you wanted, so then you'd have to bargain. I'll swap you a green if you'll swap me a something else.
Yeah. Jay Hobbs checking in. Morning, all.
Hey.
And there is a hey. There's Shane Crutcher. Well, you fit that perfectly.
Morning from the Penny Ryle. That's what I just pulled off of the Penny Ryle Parkway.
There's Ken Slee with a good morning. And Ken knows content. Jana's streaming from her car. Love it. Stream no matter what. We've done this show from all kinds of places. So
it is very true. So I guess, was there damage around our area last night at all?
I would say I saw some garbage cans and things when I came home last night from doing the podcast. I honestly, I don't know. I got up this morning and I've not left the studio outside of going upstairs and showering and somewhat getting ready and pouring my cup of coffee. That's all I've done today. So,
can we just collectively for a moment appreciate the fact that you took a shower today?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. I wanted you to appreciate that.
Thanks.
I mean, it is a Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Usually it's Friday. I went ahead and threw it in on Thursday because,
Oh, that's so funny.
Thought I'd do
that. But I know that it was really bad south of us. Like it came through, my dad lives in Northeast Arkansas, and it came through at his house yesterday afternoon and kind of blew through quickly, and they didn't have a lot of damage. But some places really got beat up last night with this crazy front that blew through. Like right now, I haven't gotten out of my car yet, but it's 45 degrees here. It's winter again.
It's, as you know, it's going to get the low 50s today. I wish we can make a decision and stick with it. So warm weather, not warm weather, whatever it is.
Make a
as far as, we did, I think the the air above us is what caused those storms to stall, which I'm okay with that. But we ended up getting a lot of wind, all night. And I don't know. I did see some trees and things down on social media, but yeah. Joseph Hobbs, Daddy Hobbs says there's power lines down on Beeley Hollow. So.
Oh, well, see, there you go. Hopefully that's the worst of it. Mitch said he took the dogs out last night about 10:45 or 11, and he said it was so creepy that you could hear the wind, but he couldn't feel it where he was standing. And he said it was very creepy. I think it was just a strange setup.
We had a kind of a freak out moment at the office because it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And, we're getting ready to start the podcast because that's how we roll. We wait till late for whatever reason to do that.
Right.
And, we're on the second floor of a building. There's a roof behind us, but there's no access to that roof from anywhere.
Oh.
All of a sudden we hear almost sounds like something is knocking at the door.
It was Mother Nature.
And Joe Bennett and I look at each other because Joe did have an experience. I think it was a week or so ago. A guy working on the roof next door to us. He had climbed up his ladder from the other side. Well, his ladder fell. So he, instead of calling somebody, you don't jump. I mean, you just step over to our roof. He walked over and he's beating on the back door. We don't expect anybody beating on the back door. So anyway, Joe, after about 30 minutes, I think Joe answered the door and was like, hello. So last night we thought somehow, some way, like Spider-Man or Superman had, blown off course. But anyway, ended up being a piece of plywood that was on the roof that was just kind of smacking. It made it sound like it was knocking at the door.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was a lot of breezy stuff there. Today is
that could have turned out to be a really fun story.
Yeah, I know. It's the best I could do. I mean, I did at least some show prep, Penny Ryle.
A piece of wood.
Today's also National Prom Day, a day created to honor friendships, cherish memories, celebrate history, and enjoy the fun and excitement this milestone event brings, which I think over the last so many years, it has brought more stress to people than when we were going to prom back in the day, Jana.
Why is that? Just because there's so much to have to take care of, or what?
Promposals.
Oh, I will tell you that I know in some areas that's quite the thing. I haven't experienced that at all.
I don't get it. Hey, you want to go to prom with me? Yeah, sure. Great. I don't want to have to do that whole production thing.
Yeah. Apparently my senior invited his prom date with a text. I mean, he's romantic like that. Yeah.
Do you still have any of your stuff from prom? Like the glass or whatever?
No.
I don't either. Which I always thought it was weird. We were juniors and seniors in high school and they gave us like a champagne flute.
That's funny. I don't think we had a glass. I don't know what we had.
Yeah.
Maybe we did.
Hey, good morning, Morgan. Long lost person there.
Hi, Morgan.
So there's that. That's pretty much all the reasons to celebrate. But you don't have anything left from prom, like the corsage. I guess you wouldn't have that.
No. Do you know how old I am?
Oh, I know how old you are.
Oh, having a little siren go by, a little fire truck action.
Oh, look at that. Jana Clark on the scene, live from Penny Ryle Parkway. Jana, what are you seeing out there this morning?
They're turkeys. They're falling from the sky.
Speaking of turkeys, tonight is the political forum. Ha!
Oh, I see what you did there. Now, tell me who this is for, though. Is it for? It's in Radcliffe, but yes. What candidates are going to be there?
So this is the Judge Executive Forum. So it's the Hardin County Judge Executive Forum. 6:30 tonight, Colvin Community Center. Actually, you'll be able to see it live here at Kentucky's Heartland's Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. We're going to be doing that for the Radcliffe Small Business Alliance. All three of the candidates that are running for the Hardin County Judge Executive position, they're going to be asked questions for about an hour from Stan Mullins with the Radcliffe Small Business Alliance. He's going to, give them the opportunity to talk about themselves, talk about their platform, what they plan to do, ask them a few questions. And then some of the other seats that are open, whether it's, the 26th district, 25th district state representative,
Sure.
I think the Senate race. I mean, there are a few other races, the magistrate races.
Cool.
I think they're going to get an opportunity to have 2 minutes or so to talk about themselves. And I think some of the other folks, whether it's they're running for county clerk, you're running for jailer, you're running for sheriff, they're all going to be there too with tables set up so you get a chance to meet the candidates there. So,
wow. So let me ask you this. Do the candidates know what they're going to be asked, or is this one of those be ready because you could have to talk about anything sessions?
They have no idea what they're going to be asked.
Wow, that's even better.
I think they just get the questions as they flow. I don't even get the questions. I ask for that. I don't want it because I thought, all right, I can build some graphics that, had the question come up on the screen, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But then I don't want to do that. I want it to actually be a forum that nobody knows the question except for, I think there's a person that helped write the questions. He was written multiple questions. And then Stan Mullins with the Reckless Small Business Alliance is going to pick out the questions he wants to ask.
So I think that's better because if the questions are kind of out there ahead of time, you can do a little research and your answers are maybe a little bit more rehearsed. I like it when someone just speaks and they're honest and it's much more authentic. I think that is much better.
I know we'll talk budget, guarantee you that. We'll talk
sure.
We'll talk EMS with a shortage of EMS folks, and we're going to talk solar. Those are guarantees. If you're a candidate and you're not prepared for those, I don't know anything about the questions, but I guarantee you those will be brought up tonight. No doubt about it.
Yep.
So if you don't know if you don't know anything about the three candidates, then here's your opportunity tonight. 6:30 is when that starts, Colvin Community Center. Limited seating, so you may want to get there early if you want to be there, or you can just watch it on Facebook, or you can watch it on YouTube. Also,
it's going to be crowded, so pay attention.
The Everly Brothers Experience tomorrow night at the State Theater. There's still tickets available for that.
Sweet tunes.
Yep. And then Saturday, Jana, are you back in town?
Yep, I am.
All right. You and we're going to the Hardin County Fairgrounds. I'm going to put you in this competition. Yeah, I'm going to put you in this competition. I think you'll do well.
Oh,
it's called the Reaping. It is a local strong man competition, but I guess we should say strong person.
Wow.
Wouldn't hurt to try, right?
Tell me more. What are they going to be doing? Is it literally like lifting, or is it pushing logs or hauling?
I think a little bit of all that. I mean, it's a strong man competition, strong person competition, so it has to be. It has to be all about lifting and pushing. I don't know what they're lifting and pushing.
Are they going to push a car? I bet they're going to push a car.
I hope so. So it's Saturday, starts at 10 a.m., runs until 2. If you want to be a spectator, you can come out for that. I don't know what it costs to participate, but if you want to be a spectator, it's $10 for adults. Kids 12 and under get to go in for free. And I think last year they had a lot of participants. I think this year, so far, there's participants from 4 states coming in to do this. So that's on Saturday. So
I love it.
Good stuff.
I know something else that's happening Saturday that is, I think, interesting because it's one of the first times we've done it. There is a softball tournament at the Elizabethtown Sports Park this weekend. It is 89 teams playing girls fast pitch, ages, I think, like 8 to 18. It may be 10 to 18. For the first time ever, we're going to be playing fast pitch on all 12 fields. So even the large fields, like the high school fields, there's a special temporary fencing. And I'm not talking about like orange snow fencing like we used to try to make that like that was fencing. This is for real field fencing. And it'll be the first time that we've done that many fields playing fast pitch at the same time. It starts Friday morning and goes through Sunday afternoon. It will be phenomenal. And like I said, I think speaking of states, I think there's like 12 different states represented, literally all the way from New York to Florida to California.
Huh. Cool stuff. So Jennifer went this past weekend. There was the soccer tournament that was there, relative of ours.
Did she freeze a little?
Yeah, I mean, because that's Jennifer. You know what she does. I mean, a relative of ours, her cousin, her
Fun.
her son was playing in that soccer tournament. Really young kid, and so Jennifer after church, like, you know what, I'm going to go over there. I brought my jacket, so she went over there, and she said that place was packed. And there,
Yep.
of course, as they know, anybody the first time they've been to the sports park, they're just in awe that we have that right here in the middle of our community. Because for whatever reason,
Absolutely.
sometimes they think Elizabethtown's not big enough to have anything fun like that. So
I know, but then after they come to E-Town, they realize how cool we are.
we are cool. All right. Speaking of cool, The Wizard of Oz, great movie. Love the movie.
Yes.
The Tin Man. I would say the Tin Man or the Cowardly Lion is one of my two favorite characters.
Agreed.
The Tin Man, the oil can from the original Wizard of Oz, cool artifact, just sold at auction.
Oh my gosh. Is this going to be some ridiculous amount of money?
I mean, I think it is in a way. This can, the actual one used in the classic 1939 movie starring Judy Garland, is one of the only original items left from the Tin Man's costume. That's it. There's really nothing else left. And then Jack Haley, who played the Tin Man, got to keep it as a parting gift after filming wrapped. So his family, I guess, has passed it on or whatever. $250,000 for an oil can.
I thought I got it for $240. Huh.
Well, buyer's premium probably.
Oh, probably.
that always gets thrown in there. But then that $250,000 doesn't even include the buyer's premium. So really, I guess you're at $275,000.
Wow, that's
Crazy.
incredible.
Lots of money. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day, because I know you're kind of on a time crunch here, so we're gonna cut you loose early here in a minute.
I appreciate it.
So what I want to do is, April Fool's Day is tomorrow. Don't forget the day. Big day tomorrow. If you're a jokester, it's your opportunity. For those that don't know, April Fool's Day, it started with the reform of the calendar under Charles IX. New Year's Day was moved from April 1st to January the 1st. Due to the slowness of communication back then, and just like today, the general resistance to change, the January 1st date was not fully accepted for several years. Now, those traditionalists who clung to April 1st as New Year's Day, they were scoffed at and were called fools. They were April Fools. They sent fake party invitations. They sent prank gifts. And there you go. That's why we have April Fool's Day.
I love it. It's like the OG April Fool's Day team. I love those people.
Yeah. So here you go. And because I don't want this to happen with adults. I used to give April Fool's Day joke ideas for coworkers and that kind of stuff. That never ends well.
Well, that's true. You have to be careful who you prank.
If you prank your kids, it's a good thing, because you know what? They're your kids.
For sure.
They probably deserved it. So here's a few ideas for you, Jana.
All right, let's hear them.
Put a bowl of your kid's favorite cereal and milk in the freezer tonight. Then watch tomorrow morning as they unsuspectingly clank a spoon against the frozen milk. And then you can yell, April Fools.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, so you can do that one. Big shout out to my friends at the General George Patton Museum. There you go.
I've started calling him General Martin. Yeah.
Which, by the way, tomorrow we've got a Good Neighbor segment that'll be on Kentucky's Heartland and Jared Butler State Farm Insurance's page about the Patton Museum. So cool stuff.
Sweet.
There.
I heard someone say the other day, I've never been there, and I can't believe it. I was blown away. I was so impressed. And that was just yesterday, and this person had lived in our area for a lot of years. So if you haven't been, now is a great time.
Drive them up there, Jana. We'll take them up there later today.
I know, right? Caravan.
All right, so another joke. Put a twist on a sunny side up egg. A half peach in yogurt not only looks like an egg, but also makes a delicious breakfast. So you're not wasting anything, but they'll be like, ha, I got you.
Now, I won't go through that much trouble, but that's funny.
Here's the one I may do. Stuff toilet paper into the toe of your kid's shoes. Especially fun if you casually mention first thing in the morning tomorrow that their feet look bigger.
Okay, that's not a bad idea either.
Make them chocolate chip cookies out of mashed potatoes and black beans.
Ugh. Again, I'm probably not going through that much trouble. But have I ever told you that I made chocolate chip cookies for my dad one time when I was a kid? And instead of the amount of salt, instead of the amount of sugar, I used the amount of salt.
Those would be good cookies.
My dad took one bite because I was so excited that I had made cookies for my dad. And it took us a couple of minutes to figure out what had happened. So I'm not really suggesting that for an April Fool's joke, but it's funny now.
Yeah. Your dad took one bite and he's been on blood pressure medication ever since, right?
Yeah, no joke. That is funny.
Another option they say is do a mashed potato sundae. It makes quite the surprise. You know, tell them, I'm going to do ice cream sundaes.
Oh.
That would be good. And then I like this one. Put a photocopy of your face under the toilet seat and close the lid. So when they open the lid.
Oh, that's probably a good one. You know what I also thought about doing to my kids last year, and this year it would work too. I was going to change their clock so would actually get up an hour earlier and not realize it until they were already up and downstairs.
I think that's a great idea. The other option you can do, there's a couple of Jell-O options. One of them, you put Jell-O in a cup and make it look like it's Kool-Aid. And then when they go to drink it,
Oh, that's funny.
The other option is
slap them in the face.
You put Kool-Aid in their shower head. So when it turns on, it's just.
I don't think my kids' eyes are open when they turn the shower on. So I don't know if that would pay off for me or not, because I'm convinced they do not wake up until they're at least in the shower for several minutes.
Yeah. And we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. We didn't get a chance to talk about Chris Rock and Will Smith. That whole deal.
I'm kind of glad. Glad.
I am too. But because we are topic related, I at least wanted to mention it because of that.
Yeah.
The other thing we need to mention real fast is women's Final Four tomorrow night. Louisville Cardinals, South Carolina, 7 o'clock.
Cards.
Go Cards. It's going to be a tough one. They're an underdog, like 8-point underdog. South Carolina is tough.
Those girls are so tough, and they're so much fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Number 2 seed UConn and number 1 seed Stanford tomorrow night at 9:30. Women's championship game is Sunday night. Men's Final Four on Saturday.
Hang on. So Louisville is the early game tomorrow night?
Yeah, isn't that great?
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, go ahead.
Not better than that 9
And then what time?
The other night.
What time is the championship?
I don't know what time. They've not released the time on the championship.
Okay.
Then the other men's Final Four, that's Saturday night, Villanova and Kansas, 6:09. North Carolina and Duke at 8:49. Are you in the camp that Coach K should get a national championship to end his career, or you're one that wants him to lose to North Carolina?
I'm in the second category.
You want him to lose to North Carolina. You just don't want to say it. Okay.
I think if he wins, it will be kind of fake and inflated. Like it's almost like if he wins, it's just a little too perfect in my world. And I don't know.
Okay. I'm kind of torn. I'm not
probably
really sure.
I probably shouldn't say that, but
he's seen, but what I think is great is I've seen more energy and personality from him in this tournament than you've seen in his entire career. He's like actual real person.
I do think he's a very seize the moment type of coach. And so really, I mean, if there's ever a time to rise to the occasion and kind of leave it all out there, then good for him, and he deserves it.
Yep. All right. Well, Jana, before we wrap up, happy birthday to Judy Hobbs. Judy Hobbs is having a birthday today. So Jay's cheap and just said happy birthday to my mom. You better still get your mom a gift, Jay.
You better, Jay. You better call her up and take her something.
And Judy, don't let him give you strawberries because he got those as a fundraising deal. I know that because I have some. So
strawberries don't work, Jay. Come up with something else.
Go big or go home, Jay. Well, or go big or never go back home, Jay. That's what we should say.
Right.
All right, Jana, have fun down at Hopkinsville. Thanks for being a team player, pulling over the side of the road in Pennyroyal Parkway, and making this episode 150 happen.
It was fun. I'm glad I was able to do it. Thanks for hanging in there with me.
All right. That's Jana Clark, community fanatic and just stunt woman. Drives like a maniac to make this thing happen, and we appreciate it.
Right.
I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller, and this has been Bacon in Your Mailbox. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, y'all.